Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome to Post Cologne. Today we're taking a look at Lattafa's Rave Now Intense. Alright, so Rave Now Intense is from the House of Lattafa. It's an eau de parfum concentration, and you can pick this bad boy up for about $19, $20 at various discounters. Links are going to be down in the description if you decide you want to check this one out. Also have some coupon codes. Save yourself $5 off your first purchase at Perfume Online or at Fragrance Buy. That's where those links are going to be for. So we have ourselves a flanker to the famous Rave Now, that pineapple bomb of a fragrance with the Rave Now Intense. So presentation on this, the box presentation, pretty straightforward. Does have that nice cutout pattern that you are familiar with the original Rave Now. Is it a bit of a different texture of a box? It's not your typical cardboard box, but overall pretty boring presentation for the box. And the bottle on this is very similar to the original Rave Now. Has that kind of cutout windows that are on the front, kind of like a rubbery plastic that's there, so it's got a little bit of a cheap feel, but it's not too bad overall. Cap on this has a little bit of weight, but it is a plastic cap to that. And the atomizer on this bad boy, pretty decent. Nice fat puffs on this, good distribution, definitely get the job done. So overall, for about $19, $20 presentation on this, pretty nice. So if you were wondering what Lattafa's Rave Now Intense smells like, you've come to the right place, because I'm about to tell you. Some of the notes listed in this are a watermelon, tangerine, cucumber, sage, basil, sandalwood, cedar, and leather. So let me tell you what I get from this fragrance. In that opening, you get that tangerine, that sage, that basil comes through. So a nice bright citrus, has kind of a sweet sour aspect to it. Some of that sweet herbaceous sage that comes through, a little bit of aromatics from that, and you get some nice kind of fresh spiciness coming through from that basil note. The watermelon and the cucumber, I don't pick up on that at all, really. There might be some additional like fruity sweetness that comes through. This is not an overly sweet style of fragrance, so it could be coming from those, but I really don't pick up on a watermelon or a distinct cucumber note that's in here. Tangerine, sage, basil, that's pretty much what you're getting in this opening. So it does have a very kind of shower jelly blue sort of feel to it, but more kind of a green aromatic touch to it. So it's kind of a green blue style of fragrance in that opening. It does remind me a little bit of Versace's Dylan Blue. That's kind of the closest I could get in terms of what this might be a twist of. They're definitely going for kind of that blue style of fragrance, that mass appeal, crowd pleasing, you know, fresh, clean sort of feel. But this has a little bit of a twist with those green aromatics and that fresh spiciness. Adds a little bit more kind of a maturity to this blue style of fragrance. So that's kind of where I'm thinking they're going with this. Maybe they were trying to go for Versace's Dylan Blue, but they didn't quite hit that mark, but in that neighborhood for sure. As this opens up a little bit more, you do get some more of those woody accords coming through. That fresh, spicy style of light, airy cedar comes through. A little bit of smoothness from some sandalwood. And that leather note they list, I also don't pick up any leather in here. I have to really get up close and really kind of like huff on my hand if I spray this on my hand to try and detect any sort of leatheriness, but I don't pick up much, if any, really. It has more of a woody accord in the base, that green blue style of scent accord that's coming through. Has a bit of a freshness, a cleanness, but it's not the most fresh, clean blue style of fragrance. Like I said, green aromatics, some fresh spiciness with those woods mixed in there. That's pretty much the scent accord you're going for. So if you're looking for kind of a nice, more mature, masculine style of blue fragrance that's sort of in the neighborhood of Versace Dylan Blue, you might want to check this one out. So when it comes to the performance of Lattafa's Rave Now Intense, not too much that's intense about this, to be quite honest. There's a little bit of a deceiving name. This has happened before with Lattafa with another intense fragrance. Average, maybe a little bit below average performance off skin. I get maybe about 5 hours of longevity off my skin. And for projection, it's mild to moderate for about an hour to an hour and a half. So this is one of those ones where you're definitely going to have to reapply it throughout the day if you want to continue with this scent accord, because it's not going to last you a whole day necessarily. Get some on your clothing, you might push that out a little bit, but this is one of those ones you're going to have to kind of pack along with you if you want a full day's wearing worth of this one, because you're definitely going to have to reapply. So a little bit disappointed, especially because it's called Intense. If they didn't call it Intense, if they called it Rave Now Blue, then maybe I wouldn't have been let down as much, but you're trying to trick us with this whole intense naming convention, and it's just not an intense performer. So overall, a little let down. So when it comes to the where and when, I think Lattafa's Rave Now Intense would be most appropriate. Definitely a casual style of fragrance, and you can pull this off on date nights as well. Has that kind of, like I said, that blue-green, mass appeal, crowd-pleasing style of scent DNA to it. Very easy to wear, dumb reach style of fragrance. Running errands, going out for lunch with friends, at the office. evening, daytime, and like I said, date night. Definitely has that compliment factor to it. My girlfriend does enjoy this one when I do wear it. It just, like I said, has that crowd-pleasing sort of vibe going on to it. You do smell fresh and clean when you're wearing this one. Not the freshest, cleanest style of fragrance. Like I said, it has that added maturity to it, that green aromatics, fresh spiciness that's going on to it, but it still has that kind of shower jelly blue style sitting in behind those scent accords. So overall, casual and date night style of fragrance. That's where you're going to want to wear this one. In terms of seasons, this is a pretty versatile year-round. I think fall and spring, this would do the best. You can wear this in the summer. High heat, this might kind of push this a little bit too much. Like I said, it's not an overly sweet fragrance, but it might just not be most appropriate in kind of the very hot, tropical, humid heat. And in the wintertime, I don't think this would push through the cold as well, but you can still pull it off depending on what you're doing and where you're going and how cold it is. But fall and spring, I think mild, moderate temperatures is where this one will do best. So my overall thoughts on Lattafa's Rave Now Intense is this is an okay fragrance. The scent accord on this is very nice. It definitely has that compliment factor. Like I said, mass appeal, crowd pleasing, designer blue-green style of fragrance. So you're gonna do well, but people are not gonna be offended when you wear this one. People are probably gonna think you smell pretty good with this one, but I am let down with the performance. Like I said, they call this intense, and this is nothing intense about this fragrance when it comes to the performance off of this. So a little let down on that, but overall, the scent accord, like I said, really nice. In terms of versatility of occasions, this is very nice, and it does smell great. Compliment factor is definitely there, and I think for 20 bucks, this is worth picking up. I wouldn't pay much more than that if this is overpriced in certain areas of the world where you live and they're asking for like 40 or 50 bucks for this one. This is a definite pass if you get into that price range, but I think for $20, this is a decent pickup if you're looking for that kind of blue-green style of fragrance. Like I said, has a great scent accord to it, has a little bit more of that mature vibe going on to it than your typical kind of fresh shower jelly blue style of fragrances. Has that nice little twist to it. So overall, it's okay. Not great, nothing to really write home about, but like I said, for 20 bucks might be something you want to check out. That's Lattafa's Rave Now Intense. And I want to hear from you guys. What are some of your favorite blue style of fragrances from Middle Eastern fragrance houses? And would you like to see me do a top 10 on blue fragrance clones? Comment down below, let me know. I love hearing from you guys. I love getting your different recommendations, your input, your hidden gems, different tastes and scent profiles. Appreciate you. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see y'all next time.